Because we love to be live and in front of a studio audience that's out there in their own homes. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
You know, it's like they can't talk back to us.
It goes about that live studio audience thing that's all in their own homes. Doesn't quite work.
Everyone unite separately in your own living rooms.
Yeah, you know, this actually is kind of like this season for, well, the year for people who like that kind of thing. Hermits. What'd you call us? Murder hobos of storytelling?
That's what I said. We're the murder hobos of storytelling.
We may riff on that entire topic for like the rest of the day. It seems to keep coming up every time. Every time we have a conversation about something, you start throwing in murder hobos of something or other. It seems like we now need a short story anthology, the murder hobos of DRS or something.
That's okay. Nobody submitted anything for the last anthology, so
yeah, I'm still really upset about that. I didn't get a single entry for the Marine story, my Space Marine story.
The Urkel Marine story.
Yeah, the Gurkle. Yeah, Gurkle the Marine. Hello, V, Dean, Chris, William, everybody. Did I miss anybody? No, there are people here. Amazing.
So, what does OTH mean?
Over the hill. Over the hill.
Oh, that's totally different than off the hook.
I will be over the hill real soon. Real soon.
You know,
hey, Tony.
As somebody that's 56, I feel no sympathy for you, youngling.
I wasn't asking for sympathy. It's just a simple milestone marker kind of thing. You know, you reach the top and you go, ah, shit, that's steep.
Does anybody get you black balloons?
I'm not getting absolutely shit. Absolutely anything. Yeah, right, V. Me turning 40. Yeah.
It's like the 10th anniversary of his 40th.
Yeah, 10th anniversary of my 40th coming up. Yeah, right. Right. So yeah. So instead of like having a birthday party with all my mates and getting really ripped at a bar, I'm releasing episode 1 on Derelict Trident. That's what I'm doing for my birthday. Pretty sad.
Well, tell me you're going to dance naked in your backyard or something obnoxious.
No. It's cold out there.
Boring.
It's cold out there.
Boring.
Boring? What do you mean boring? Jeez.
You're boring.
What did you do at your 50 when you turned 50?
I have no idea. I can't remember what I did last week.
Obviously not take your Geritol. Or is it Ensure? Or is it both? Do you like give yourself a Geritol Infamil Ensure cocktail? Or is it like this whole thing? And while you're wearing your man diapers,
I add fiber to it.
By the way, heard this on Wait, Don't Tell Me. They have found the first mummy to ever have died of constipation. They found something odd in the mummy, and they were like, okay, they called in somebody and took a look and went, yep, this guy died of constipation. He couldn't poop. His colon got up to, what'd they say, 10 times its normal size and I guess burst.
I wonder how many Curix of feces that was.
I don't want to know. I didn't ask. They didn't say. Yeah, mega colon.
You know why I called it Curix, right?
No. Because
my wife just watched an episode of South Park last night, obviously, as that there, and they were one of the characters took a monster dump, and it was weighed by the International Feces Society, and it was weighed in the units of measure Curix, named after Katie Couric. So I don't know the reasoning behind it, but there you go.
Was that the episode with Bono in it?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the how can he be such a huge piece of shit? Yeah, okay, gotcha.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yes, we've moved on from Wait, Don't Tell Me to South Park. That's how fast this show can move in any direction.
Watching South Park, I can't see how it's still on the air because everybody that is outraged should be bursting into flames about now just by it being still on the air. Because I'm like, wow, you could say these things? Holy cow.
Because its original audience is us. We don't give a fuck. For God's sake, we're still laughing at Family Guy. What the hell? You're going to terrify us away from this? Not gonna happen. Yes.
All we need now is propane and propane accessories.
Yeah, I miss the simpler times of King of the Hill. Well, I'm not really sure quite what Hank would make of the things these days. I'm not really sure about that. I'd really love to hear a few comments from Boomhauer, though. I'd really like to hear that. I don't know what this thing is about McDonald's. These people terrify me. Anyway. How the hell have you been, Terry?
I've been good. I'm still struggling to get this book finished because just things, injuries have put me behind in schedule, and I installed an update for Dragon Naturally Speaking yesterday, which basically took out me being able to use it for a day and a half. I hate it. It'll be simple to install this update. Don't lie to yourself. It's never simple.
There's a reason why I have yet to upgrade my operating system at this point. I want to try and
be able to use anything because you're like on the 14 revisions back of the OS.
No, I'm just one. I just haven't updated the Big Sur. I'm still a little. I have shit to do, and I'm afraid I'll have to fight with this crap all over again. Yeah, developer's nightmare. So I understand completely. Considering
I only use one program on the Mac, updating was pretty simple for me anyway, for Big Sur.
I had that moment where I had to update Scrivener, and I went, is it still going to work with my older files? Are we still going to be okay? Everything was fine. Not a problem.
Scrivener, other than their betas had a couple of issues with causing people problems, but their regular releases have been pretty solid.
Yeah. I never had a problem with them on the Mac or iOS, although there was one bug I found, and then the next thing I knew they had patched it. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever. Anyone who thinks, yeah, that update sounds like a good idea. Well, you can't fix stupid. Thank you, Matt. That is absolutely what I'm talking about.
And thank you, Dean, for ordering a copy of Spoils of War. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
And it is definitely the best place to start before reading Empire Bones. I've got a free novella out there as well called End of Empire. It's on BookFunnel. I'd have to hunt around and see if I could find the link to it. If you're signed up to my mailing list, it sends it to you automatically.
Remind us what BookFunnel is.
BookFunnel, you've never heard of it?
Remind us what it is.
It is a place that you can put your books and now audio, if you like, and have it distributed to people that request it.
Oh.
It's integrated with my mailing list, as a matter of fact, so that when people sign up for my mailing list, it directs them there so that they can download their complimentary copy of End of Empire.
Well, that's pretty cool. Me likey. That's awesome. Something I need to look into. Like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I'm way behind in the schedule too. I finally decided that I needed to do those things, and I'm still not using it to the full extent that I could.
Yeah, it's because you're a slacker.
Yeah, I know.
What else do you know, man?
I know that I hate the Postal Service.
Oh God, why do you hate the Postal Service? Well, okay, all right.
I don't hate it. Hang on. Let me be words. I asked a question. Let me rephrase the question. There's no take.
Let me rephrase the question. Let me rephrase the fucking question before we spend 30 goddamn minutes like we did in the pre-show listening to you rant. Okay. What is the latest, most focused, laser-tight reason you hate the post office today?
Because they refuse to give realistic estimates on how delayed a package is going to be.
Okay, there we go.
They've had something that I ordered for myself on Black Friday that was mailed on December 4th. It's been between Dallas and Houston for 10 days without being scanned. So who knows where it is? And they keep saying, well, we just don't know. So I feel sorry for the individuals that work at the Postal Service, but I hate the institution as a whole.
Terry, where did they get stranded? Where did they lose track of it? What
it was
part
last scanned, it was last scanned leaving Dallas.
Everything is fucking lost in Dallas.
I feel, pretty confident that it hasn't actually left Dallas. It's stuck somewhere in the corner of some warehouse. We've got another package that's on its way from Los Angeles. It's arrived at Los Angeles, and hasn't moved in like 6 days. So it's not just Dallas. There's all kinds of places that are having problems. But as I said, I feel very sorry for the folks that work there. But the institution as a whole, it's going to get the look.
Oh, William asks, where did USPS hurt you, Terry?
It kicked me in my no-no.
Yeah, so my experience has been packages from FedEx, USPS, UPS, all go to Dallas and die. They just go to Dallas and then they're never heard from again. They'll probably show up at the end of 2021. That's how that will work.
And Veronica, yes, they just started doing audio. I'm not sure that it's for the mailing list. I think I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know that they do it now. It may be, you're going to have to go look it up. I don't know the details because I wasn't looking at it for audio distribution, so I have no idea, but I know that they're doing it.
There's this thing that sounds really cool that I think that's what it does, but don't listen to me. Go check it out for yourself because I don't have all the details on what it does.
It's like you're listening to the news go by and you hear something and somebody asks you about it later. And, well, I really wasn't paying close attention.
It sounded cool.
It sounded cool. That's exactly what it was.
Ooh, teaser chapters. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, I think that you could probably do teaser chapters via Book Funnel, but you'd have to look at the details. I'm not sure which plan level supports that.
Oh, speaking of royalty-free music, if you're a Twitch streamer or whatever, Kevin McLeod and Compotech.com, go look. That's where I steal all my shit. Hello, Mr. Tisley. Yeah, okay. There we go. So evidently from what we're seeing here that you aren't the only one that has a problem with their postal service. Evidently
everyone's having a problem. Literally everyone is having a problem. It's like 6 or 8 months ago, people said, things are going to be fine by the end of the year. We probably don't need to take any precautions about making sure that that huge influx of packages, that's not going to be a problem, right? Yeah.
Keep talking. Keep talking. Just keep rolling. Keep rolling. Let it out, man. Let it out. Let it out. Come on. Deep breath.
Don't make me go murder hobo on those bastards.
Oh, no. I want you to go murder hobo. I want to go murder hobo. Come on. Give it to me. Come on.
Nope, I'm done.
You fucking ruined the bit, man. You fucking ruined the bit. God damn it. All right. So are we done with you slaying and yelling at the post office now?
I like your name better. The post awful. I like it a lot. Post awful.
The post officeal. Okay. Now we'll move on from the postal service. Although I do want you to think about this. Postal service during intergalactic war.
Is it go ahead.
Communications are completely disrupted, and you can only get physical things through.
So basically, it's like the Pony Express.
Yeah. Matt Wallace wrote a short story. It was one of the first. I think it was the first short story that. Oh God. One of the original podcast fiction places ran, called Another Man's Run. It was kind of about that. It was kind of cool. You should go check it out.
There was the History Channel has been doing all these weird things where they show you this. There's this one program that says, there's this strange thing that's been seen by satellite that no one can explain. Experts are baffled, which of course anybody looks at them and goes, that's this. But occasionally they do have something on there that you're like, okay, what purpose did that actually serve? And they found a whole bunch of arrows made of concrete that were out scattered across the western part of the United States. And all of them were pointing, by the way, east, just to go ahead and make it even more confusing. And so they were going through there saying, now, what could these be? And when they finally got down to the brass tacks of what it was, when World War I ended, they had a bunch of planes left over, and they decided to use those for the Postal Service to get mail delivery out into the West. And so they were using them, but because they didn't have really good navigation at that point, they had 40 of the first volunteers, 32 of them were killed in crashes. So, really dangerous, really, really dangerous. So they built these giant arrows, stuck platforms on them with lights so that the Postal Service planes could orient themselves.
So you do the same thing out in the galaxy by triggering what? Supernova?
Radio beacons, probably.
No, supernova. You want to blow up a few galaxies to point the way, right?
Sorry, sport. Speed of light is going to cause you a real problem.
Hey, man, if we're to the point where we can talk about blowing up causing supernovas, I think we're way past that point of worrying about that shit. Howdy, Jason. Welcome. Pardon me for the coffee.
Yes, there was a Kevin Costner film like that, Matt. It was the
Postman. Is it the Postman?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it. Never read the book, so no clue.
Actually, I have to tell you, the movie was okay. The movie was okay.
I've only ever heard the movie get panned.
Sorry, I liked it. For what it was, I liked it.
Are you freezing or am I freezing?
I think I'm freezing.
Okay, good. That's your problem. I rebooted. I took care of my end this time.
After last week, I could have a couple of freezes and still be just fine.
Yeah, patrons, I apologize for last week's disaster. That was not a pleasant stream. Be glad y'all missed that. Yeah. Now, did you tell them all what we're here for? I know you posted.
I didn't.
You did.
I insist you tell them while I grab my cup of coffee.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do today, y'all. We are going to wait for Terry to get back from his coffee, but here's the basic gist of what we're offering today. We are offering the best of all worlds, or the worst. We are going to give you all the free writing advice. Now, remember, sometimes things are worth what you pay for. We're going to give you all the free writing advice we can and all the ways that we can take your awesome story idea and drive it into the fucking ground.
Brainstorming. It's not story ideas. We're going to do brainstorming.
Yeah.
This is
actually,
like unwilling brainstorming. You're going to give us your story ideas, and then we're going to give you unsolicited advice of what we think should be there.
Your mileage may vary a lot.
Your mileage is going to really vary a lot.
But we specialize in taking really good ideas and making them to horrible things. So that's kind of what we figured we'd go for today. So
that's where the title "Murder Hobos of Storytelling" came in.
So we figured we could just be your sounding boards for really awful, horrible things, as well as we might even get into something good. You never know.
We're gonna get halfway through, said that you're gonna be like going, no, wait, no, you can stop right now. Oh no, we can't stop now. We're on a roll.
DRS NATO. No, I'm not leaping off from DRS NATO. We can do better than that.
Give us some NATO thing that you were doing. Was the Black NATO?
Yeah, Black NATO.
Believe me, if we run short on things to talk about, we could talk about Black NATO.
Oh God. Oh, that just sounds so bad. It just sounds so bad.
Sounds like a blaxploitation film.
It does. It still does. It really does, and it's kind of bothersome actually. But that notwithstanding, all right, guys. Catnadio.
He's talking about Shaft.
Shut up, Catnado. Come on, give us a really good story idea, and then we'll tell you how we can mangle it.
Come on, tell us about your stories. We'll give you our advice.
That's done. Space Marine possums.
No, you guys are throwing out story ideas. We want to hear what you're working on so we can give you unsolicited advice on your stories.
Give us a peek into your minds. You don't have to be very specific. You can be as specific as you want, but maybe there's
something what you're working on. Tell us about your mother.
Tell us about you. Let us know. We give you ideas to steal from all the time. Now, please present us with same. A dissolutionist. Illusionist grifter. Oh, I like that, actually. Death is Columbo.
I just got this one more question.
Just one more question. Magic Gunslinger.
That was already done, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
Didn't oh God, who was doing the Gunslinger stories? The weird westerns?
Some hack named Stephen King.
It wasn't Stephen King. I was talking about among our circle of people we know. Scott Roche was doing.
Scott Roche had the way of the gun.
Way of the gun. That's
way of the gun. Yeah.
It was kind of like a Bushido looking sort of thing.
Yep, that was kind of the deal. Bullets as spells. Magic gunslinger with bullets as spells.
I've seen guns being used in some lit RPG and being powered by spells, and it has the potential to get overpowered really fast.
Okay, Max says he's writing a series about 3 girls who use magic rods like non-lethal guns, investigating missing father, fighting ghosts in book 1, zombies in book 2. What should be book 3? I think it should be stuffed possum. Okay, somebody brought up the possum earlier. I think book 3 has got to be lichen possums.
If you're going to start off with ghosts and then you go to zombies, you almost have to go to werewolves for the book 3.
That's why I went possum. That's why I went possum. Were possums.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where you're going to go, were possums.
Why not?
So exactly, why don't you tell me what a were-possum does? I mean, we can all visualize what a werewolf looks like and how that works. Now, I've heard of a character in some fantasy being a were-coyote. And, that doesn't quite carry as much muscle as a werewolf. So how does a were-possum stack up?
No. Were-coyote, though, that is very, very Native American. That is very... That's coyote.
And it fits totally in with what it was not done for fun and games.
No, I get what you mean.
Serious series.
Well, lichen possums, they have their badass tail. They frighten the hell out of people by looking so damn ugly, but really they're just kind of innocuous and don't really hurt anything. So they're perfect problem. Petunia possum. The were possum wears a pink tutu. Holy crap. I like this.
This is going on a dark corner right now.
Were wallabies. Oh my God, yes. Oh, chupacabra becomes were-cababra. Oh, wow. Oh, there's
how would that work?
Normal places you could go with that. I don't know. Once a week, skinwalkers. Exactly. Skinwalkers. When ballet goes bad. Oh, okay. That's the ultimate. Were raccoons eating out of your garbage cans? That just sounds like some kind of crazy shit set somewhere that, Jason Voorhees might be running around with a mask on. Were emus? Where the hell is this coming from? You guys need better drugs. Come on. This is awful. You say werewolves would be the next natural step. Ghosts, zombies. Wouldn't it be vampires?
Vampires is too obvious.
Oh, and werewolves isn't.
You've already got ghosts. You've got zombies. The next undead is going to be vampires.
Werewolves are not undead.
I understand. So that's why I was saying you should change it up. Pick something else from the supernatural community that's not dead.
I went to were-possums and you freaked out over that.
I didn't freak out about it. I just merely dismissed it.
Oh, that's bad. That's even worse. Yeah, Charlie Brown has our writer friend Charlie Brown has a were-possum. Sure enough.
Do you know any other Charlie Browns?
Well, longtime listeners of the show probably know who Charlie Brown is. Not everybody else necessarily. Where My Little Ponies. Wow. Poultrygeist at the KFC. Okay. Has anybody actually seen
Poultrygeist?
The Poultrygeist movie? Has anybody actually seen that? Because I have not had the guts, nay, the absolute inebriated state it would take to get me to watch said movie. But I really want to know if somebody's ever seen that. Poultrygeist at the KFC. Baby, we could write that script.
All right, let's talk about that's a great story idea. Let's run with Poultrygeist at the KFC.
Poultrygeist at the KFC.
Who's going to be the protagonist in Poultrygeist?
Bob.
Bob? That is so generic. We need to know something about this person other than just a generic name. Tell us about this character.
Bob. Okay, Bob. Let's see. He's around 23, just kind of getting over the awkward acting stage, kind of filling out everything else. Got a tiny little scar, maybe right here from That one time he was doing that trick with a cigarette and missed. See what else? What else can we say about him? Kind of lazy, kind of always bored, stuck in his own head, thinking about other shit. People think he's really lazy, but he's really not. He's just kind of focused on other shit. Doesn't really know what's going on necessarily around him. Kind of a slob. Kind of one of those people. Doesn't talk much.
I think that's interesting, but I think there should be a different main character. I think instead of having somebody that's, your average go-to person inside a fast food joint, you should have somebody that's there because they don't have a choice. That they have a degree, but they've got to take this job. So they've actually got like a master's degree in something, a master's degree in music, but they can't make it as a musician. So they're working at the KFC, and while they're there, all the strange happenings start going on, and they start trying to apply the scientific method to figuring out what's really happening. They're pretty sure they're being punked, but they're not.
Boy, you've completely taken this over into a completely different direction.
Well, yeah.
I just described the dude. I didn't describe the story at all. You went off and went all the way over.
I'm all about story. I'm not necessarily about the people that are doing it. I'll find the right character to fit the story that I want to tell.
Brandon, that was bad. Why plan a Poultry Guy script? Just wing it.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. Damn. Okay, so given your music, I just
you know the reason I picked that? You don't know the reason I picked that. When I got out of the Army and was working at a Pizza Hut, the manager there had a master's degree in musical science. So this is actually something I pulled from real life.
So now what's stuck in my head is this guy sitting back there whacking apart the chicken pieces or whatever, and he starts hearing this ghostly chicken clucking in like major thirds or something.
And that's the secret to getting rid of the Poultrygeist, is you've got to go ahead and you've got to have the chicken cluck music in exactly the right tempo and the right key in order to drive it back. It's like Mars Attacks. When you hit the right thing, it just explodes.
Nobody needs this. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. God damn it. Thank you very much, Terry. We were completely dismantled. They've thrown us off the train. The story sounds funny.
That's what this show is supposed to be. We're supposed to throw ourselves off the train. Join me, my friend.
Close Encounters of the Deep Fried Kind.
That's it. Close Encounters of the Deep Fried Kind.
The Cluck Code.
Oh, we are getting some seriously good titles going.
Oh my God. This is good.
11 herbs and spices.
11 nerds and spices.
Well, depending on who gets ground up in the chicken fryer, sure. You could have 11 nerds and spices then.
Wait, what happened to all the gizzards, man?
Hey, man, has anybody seen Bob? Where's Bob?
My name is Bob. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. Lampoon's Chickmas Vacation. Who's the actor who's in all those hidden room conspiracy movies? That's
I don't know.
Nicolas Cage, right? Isn't he in all the bad movies that are made these days?
I don't know. I've seen a single one of his.
Bruce Willis, man. They're like doing the 401k.
A lot of conspiracy movies, but I don't know about the hidden room part.
The one who was in the yeah, I'm right for once. What was it called? National Treasure, I think the movie was called.
Mystery.
Well, I know what he was talking about. Finding hidden treasure. It's always whatever. Anyway, Nicolas Cage is the franchise owner. Yeah.
Oh God, he could come in and just talk like Nicolas Cage. It doesn't really matter what he says. He could just come in and talk, and that's perfect because no one will be able to make any sense out of it.
I think the other thing you have to have in this story, though, is you have to have the guy who delivers the chicken.
Wait, you have Poultrygeist delivery going on?
If it's going to be at the KFC and he's working at the KFC, somebody's obviously got to bring the damn chicken in there once a week or what? It was every couple of days with fresh chicken. You got to have it.
Dash. You got to have the spook dash.
You gotta get a little information from the guy who's been there longer than you and seen more shit. Maybe lately he's starting to hear things coming through the air conditioning.
He's like 2 weeks away from retirement.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, starting to hear weird ass shit like chickens coming around and clucking at night. Been having that same nightmare for a couple weeks.
In the freezer, and I go back the next morning and they're gone.
Dun dun dun.
You know, you need to have for delivery at this. You need to go ahead and have the guy from Machete.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna tell us his
what's his Robert something? No,
it's not. 2 seconds.
God, I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names.
Machete. I could have told you his name till you asked.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, thank you. Michael Pena.
He could be the delivery guy. He could be back there chopping up the chickens with that big old machete of his. Did he appeared? Which show did he appear in? It was in The Flash. You probably never saw the latest iteration of The Flash.
No.
He appeared as a speedster from another universe's father. Or not a speedster, another character from another universe's father. And he was not so fond of the person who was, doing the romancing on this end. And so he's being all menacing and all threatening like Danny Trejo is. And so the guy's trying to find everything that he can to defend himself. He's got 10 minutes to defend himself from this guy. And they're talking and they're going through stuff and they're going through stuff from the thing. And he pulls a machete. The actor pulls a machete out from the drawer. And the other characters look at him and he looks at them and they go, no, too dark, and put it away.
Perfect. Okay, fine. Danny T can be in Poultrygeist, but so what we got the Phantom Clucker. Did you read that in the chat?
I did not, but I like it.
Said I've heard of a ship with a Phantom Clucker. Dude would get on a random intercom going for weeks.
Who's on the intercom? Stop it!
Anybody who knows anything about Navy knows that there is always a phantom shitter. I guess actually all the services have a phantom shitter at some point. The first time I heard of a phantom shitter was actually when I read Flight of the Intruder back in, 81, 82.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. Flight of the Intruder, that was a long fucking time ago.
Have you read the book, Flight of the Intruder?
Yeah.
It's a great book.
It's been 1,000 years ago, though, man. Forever. I don't remember a damn thing about it. Bantasm. The chicken turns out to be Foghorn Leghorn. No.
I say that, boy.
Now, he could talk like Foghorn Leghorn, that's for sure. But I don't think so. No, the Poultrygeist.
We're about to open up an entire can of whoop ass.
Okay, so how do they get rid of the Poultrygeist? What does the Poultrygeist do?
Well, that's two separate questions here. What does the Poultrygeist do and how do they get rid of it? Obviously, it's going to take the workers and customers one at a time, chop them into pieces, and deep fry them. Obviously, that's the kind of book we're talking about here.
So the chicken deep fries the humans.
That's right.
So we have to have a scene where they come in and there's like somebody's been chopped into human McNuggets. Yeah.
And somebody could go, these are the worst McNuggets I've ever had. Except that you don't have McNuggets at KFC.
You just have nuggets. Oh, it animates the chicken parts. Oh. Locking in the freezer. Yeah, that could happen. The power of herbs and spices compels you. That okay, we need that in the final scene.
Power of herbs and spices compels.
I think we may need a dipping sauce. that too. Yeah, that goes in. Definitely. I love this. Yeah, Facebook is listening to you. Kill that app, Summer. So you just gave us
apparently.
You just gave us 4 or 5 different instances of incidents that go in this story.
Ooh,
hacking dead bodies and hiding the dead bodies. Yeah,
I don't want to be in there as a dead person. Those are
hiding dead bodies in the grease traps. That is awesome.
See, Paul says gravy as holy water. See, I think that's a great clue to leading into how you deal with the Poultrygeist. You've got to have the holy water equivalent, but I'm not sure that it's the gravy. I think you got to have the 11 herbs and spices. That's what deanimates it. You've got to cover it with the 11 herbs and spices. And when you fry it, the poultrygeist is gone.
And the first thing it does is nuke their supply.
Ooh, step one, get rid of the holy water.
Step one, get rid of the holy water. Or as soon as it realized that's going to go there. And somebody just wrote, this entire storyline is foul. Get out of here. Just get
F-O-W-L.
I gotta buy shit.
F-O-W-L.
Yes, you have to figure out the recipe. Exactly. So basically they've got some version of the holy water, but it's not like the holy water. They find out that the franchisee has been watering down their shit.
And maybe that's what caused the poultrygeist to come to life.
There you go. There you go.
They have to get the full strength of it, but they can't because nobody knows the recipe. So they have to call corporate and no one's going to tell them what the recipe is.
So then he has to like call his hacker friend. This is crazy.
A hacker friend who gets on the internet and tries to try out all of these, what do you call it? Fake recipes to try to find the right one that matches it close enough.
Food truck entrepreneur. There you go. V just hit it. That's perfect. Okay, I'm not going to call out the rest of these puns because y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
You shouldn't be ashamed.
You absolutely should be ashamed of yourself.
I like the 11 herbs and spices powder bomb. It's like the spice bomb that somebody, the glitter bomb that somebody put in packages so that the package thieves get the bomb. They open the package and they get glitter everywhere. Or
for those of you who listen to Derelict, it's a spice claymore. There you go.
You're saying, anybody seen Bob? And all of a sudden, the back of the shop, there's something but.
Oh, the truth is that the chicken is actually pork. Uh-oh. See, all of this is really good shit. This is all elements of the story here. Side note, go read Chew. Yeah, Soylent Green. Hey, Nathan. Chew. I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, that is some good shit. See, y'all? There you go. Well, now we've gone from poultrygeist to Swinegeist?
I don't know. I think you need to go ahead and change what we're looking at. We need to get away from ghosts here.
Well, Poultrygeist made more sense in that when it's less physical. But okay, for those of you playing the drinking game, there's Satin One.
Just look at that look he's giving you.
Now, I know all chicken's a little bit afraid of gravy and mashed taters. Usually those things are involved. Bad things are happening. What about biscuits? What about the biscuits? Okay. Everybody out there in TV land, don't y'all think that cat is just miserable living with Terry? Don't think that cat has just been
mistreated.
So mistreated. Don't you think about that? Biscuit bombs. Cats? No, don't. Let's keep the cats out of there. No cats after the poultry. Besides, you don't want that many cats in your movie or your book. They're a pain in the ass. Especially if you're dumb enough to make a movie. Did you see that whole thing about goats?
Goats?
There was some quote by some director that he was asked what his best piece of advice was, and he said, yes, don't ever put a fucking goat in your movie. And then they had this whole history. Huh?
I can only imagine.
They had this whole history of all the times goats have been in movies where they played a strong role, so to speak, and caused problems. And sure enough, the director that they were talking about was the guy who directed The Witch, which is a really great flick. And the goat in there is like very satanic and just kind of hangs out there. Apparently, he didn't like the lead actor. And so every time the lead actor came on set, the goat tried to attack him.
Please tell me it was Tom Cruise. Please tell me.
It was not Tom Cruise. It was not Tom Cruise. Anyway, I just had this thing about goats. I have no idea why. It has something to do with cats. Cat guys.
What was that movie they had something about men and goats?
The Men Who Stare at Goats.
Men Who Stare at Goats. That's it.
I never saw that.
I didn't either.
It was just too goddamn dumb for me to go, yeah, that happened. Yeah, probably did happen. Was it the 60s? Yeah. Was it the Air Force? Yep. I buy it. Yep. I completely buy it.
Okay, we've ran out of Poultrygeist. Let's go ahead and let's have some more ideas, folks. What is going to be our next strange story that we're going to make up as we go here? Let's start seeing some of those ideas.
Poultrygeist. It was not made as a movie for furries. Give me a break. Still, put Jelly Gator Nader. No, we're not doing the Jelly Gator Nader.
Here, just speaking from the grave to tell you that that's the story that you should be writing.
It is not the story. I'm not writing a Jelly Gator Nader. How would you say that? I don't even know how to say it that fast.
Jelly Gator NATO.
There you go. If I was trying to approximate that kind of accent, I don't think I could do it. I would stumble all over the place.
Jelly just not bad about that boy.
Jelly Gatornado. Bleh. No. What type of any type? It doesn't have to be a type of horror. We're just waiting for somebody to throw out a good kind of thing.
We're waiting for our next brainstorming idea. We haven't found one yet that captures our attention. So throw some more out.
Unless you're asking what type of horror is Jelly Gatornator, because I have no idea. Doctors taken over by Terry's cats. Nah, been done.
DRS, Dead Robot Society, not doctors.
Oh, DRS. Well, it looked like doctors to me.
Doctors without cats. It's like Doctors Without Borders. Totally different.
Uh-oh. Here we go. We got a live one. Just get picked up. Okay. Portals are creatable but limited size, so the skinny nerds who used to get picked on become the rock stars as they can fit through where a linebacker wouldn't be able to.
You got that. You've also got somebody was saying, who was it? It was Robert Heinlein. Back in the day, he was a military guy as well as an author, and he was saying that women were getting the disservice because they would make much better fighter pilots than men because they weighed less. They could go into space. You could get them into space with less fuel. You could do all these things here. So not only skinny guys, don't forget the girls. Skinny guys and girls can fit through this. Got to be equal-minded in this.
This is true. Zombies are suddenly turning into humans, and the zombies need to stop them before they go extinct. That's interesting.
I'm not sure how that would work, but we're talking something else right now.
Yeah.
Don't get sidetracked.
Well, I just was reading the message over there.
So we're talking dimensional travel. What's going to be on the other side? Why are we sending these skinny guys and ladies and potentially children, since Veronica brought in an age limit, to the other side of this skinny dimensional gate? And if it's so skinny, what are we going to call it? Is it Skinny Gate? Is that the name of the movie? What are we calling this?
I would assume from how that was described that the idea was the skinny person who should not be able to play American gridiron football is basically throwing the portal in front of themselves to jump out the other side of the line with the ball.
Oh, so it's just a point-to-point transfer, not going somewhere else. Really.
Right. That's what it sounded like to me from what I saw. I could be wrong. So more of a Looney Tunes style portal.
They mentioned linebacker, but they didn't say what it was being used for. So I think we're still open as to whether or not we're talking time portals, we're talking space portals, we're talking point-to-point transference.
Okay, so here we are again. We're basically talking about a quantum entangled portal.
Pretty much.
Just like in Salvation, where one end opens up on a star. And then basically they open the portal and all that star energy comes through there into essentially a energy conductor. Then that's how they keep fusion going for them. One end on Earth.
There was who was writing this stuff? It was, the author's name will come to me here soon enough. But one of the ways that they could create power, you could create your earthly set of power to a certain limit. But if you generated enough power using terrestrial methods, you could open a dimensional portal called a core tap into a dimension of much higher energy state and use it to just power would flow through the connection into yours. But it was very dangerous because it could go unstable, and that kind of energy could basically destroy Antarctica.
That could be a problem. That might be a reason why you would not want it on your planet.
And that's the reason they didn't put it on the planet until they had no choice, because we were being invaded by aliens and they absolutely had to have the power. So they're juggling it between, we have to do it, we're running out of safety, but if we don't, we're going extinct. What do we do? Bad choices all around.
Why is it in everything that you ever talk about or anything else has always got this dire thing where common sense gets thrown out the window? Because it does. In the face of unsurmountable odds. It sounds like a plot device to me. It sounds like bullshit. Or portals appear, but if you're careless going through, the edges are like razors and will chop off anything.
Talk about a close shave.
Doesn't that mean you could use portals as a weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine a person or a soldier or whatever being able to throw a portal at the side of a ship and just have that hole go all the way through the ship. If they had that ability. Interesting. Very interesting.
Veronica said something about someone uploading their consciousness into a collective that's shared by AIs, but an AI consciousness gets downloaded back into the human body by mistake. You could combine that with the portal thing, and somebody steps through the portal, but when they come out the other side, they've switched personalities with somebody else that went through. Same body, different person.
Yes, the 13th Floor, that was a good movie. It was an interesting mind F movie. I laugh whenever I see something about that because because of what I'm writing right now. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Those of you who've already finished Trident, and I know you're out there. Very Star Trek-ish, yes.
It was David Weber that came up with the core tap idea. I had to go look it up.
Okay, core tap. Just sounds like something that happens to your head. Ew, you get core tapped. Is he able to think after that? Not really.
It's pretty rough when, you've got your power generating equipment. And by the time it burns out, you've fried a damn continent.
My bad.
Oops.
What if the downloaded AI falls in love with a human or vice versa? Okay, do AIs go on vacation? Excuse me, throw away the AI. Do SIs go on vacation?
I don't know. What would their vacation look like?
Well, apparently it would look like it would be downloading itself into a body on Earth to go flirt around with humans. Instead
of downloading their body and being the primary intelligence, why not download into like an observer role in the back? So you've got these AIs that are secretly downloading themselves into humans to go ahead and give the real world a look, but something happens to one of them and the primary human consciousness is killed, a brain injury of some kind, perhaps.
Leaving them in
AI
charge.
is left in charge.
Ooh.
And it can't get back out. No human, no upload of consciousness. It's trapped in the human realm, and the humans don't know it's there. So it's having to masquerade as a human being, but it can't really do that well because it's an AI.
I smell sitcom. No, that's really interesting. I can't really talk too much about this topic because reasons. That's all I'm going to say.
So it's a great concept that we cannot discuss because of non-disclosure rules agreed to by Paul E. Cooley.
With his brain, yes. I don't want to. I just don't want to go, but this is really interesting to me because because this is really interesting to me. That's all I'm going to say.
You need to make a note over there. Make a note to yourself.
Why? Oh, no, there's nothing here I need to remember. Trust me. Paul's official statement, no comment. That is correct. And I quote, at length, no. There you go.
He can neither confirm nor deny.
That's is such an interesting concept, though, as a writer, to try and deal with, trying to imagine how to describe the world from an SI point of view, who doesn't have a body, has never had a sense of a body, doesn't understand what a body is.
Imagine the AI dealing with a cup of coffee.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
I don't know what this is. Take a big sip. It's hot. It burns their mouth. They drop the cup. It spills all over their lap. Hilarity ensues.
The AI could become Agent Smith. That's right. The trio has no comment regarding this. Yeah, SI senses, just if you didn't know how to process it or what it is, my understanding is there's some kind of, if I remember correctly, there's a very thin veil between how our receptors regard pain versus pleasure. Because essentially the impulses are more or less the same. It's just how they're interpreted.
What I can see, if an AI in control of a human body spilled something hot on themselves, starting a mental railing against whoever designed humans so stupidly.
Well, you see, the original humans never sat, and the original humans weren't dumb enough to try and consume liquid in their,
they also shat in their hands and threw it at their friends.
Well, that was cool though. That was like a mating ritual. And that was the thing you did, man.
I see. I think going on first dates is totally different from me and you.
AI murdering another AI.
They did that in Altered Carbon.
They did indeed. That's another topic I'm not fucking taking up. Let's see. AI discovers senses that we don't know we have. Yeah, like telepathy. Maybe the AI just plugs in and goes, oh, what's this? And then suddenly it can move shit around because it's got a life force and can do all this crazy stuff and has no idea what the hell it's doing.
The first AI that gets downloaded into a human body discovers that the way people think is actually a form of quantum computing and opens up new options for itself and its kind if they can figure out how to use it without tipping the hand that they're actually there.
Now, doesn't that get really scary? They can't do this to clones necessarily. They have to do it to actual human beings. They have to hijack a fully formed mind.
Because if you don't have a mind that lives, that thinks, that has experience, it doesn't develop all the necessary interconnections that mature brains have.
There you go.
So
yeah.
Brain is insufficient. You have to have one that's lived.
Ooh. Have you seen a stoner at Woodstock? No, but I've seen me at a Rush concert with the sky going goofy. That was cool. Really fucking cool. Yeah, symbiosis is another. AI is able to tweak things like metabolic rate, neurochemicals, etc. So people partner with the AI to live longer, look better, etc. That's the symbiosis.
A lot of lit RPG stuff has the character that's inside the game, the human person, having, in some cases, having an AI assistant that helps them with things. And that is almost the same sort of relationship.
Yeah, everybody's got a book like that. Everybody's got stories like that.
And the implantable computers in your head, what could possibly go on with that? Exactly. Oh, wait, I've explored that.
What if someone's addicted to the AI? I think we're already seeing that every day.
Is that the same thing as in the Drowds in Ringworld?
I don't remember.
Where they plug the power supply into the pleasure centers.
And we're just there forever.
It was spelled D-R-O-U-D. I thought it was pronounced Droud, so I don't know
Probably
for sure what it is.
Guppy. Yeah, Guppy. Guppy from the Bobiverse. Very much so. You get addicted to that. That becomes your familiar.
Guppy keeps doing things that just a straight AI shouldn't be able to do. And Bob keeps going, I really ought to run a test on him. And then he never gets around to doing it.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to know that he created a sentient life form. He doesn't want to know because that opens up other problems.
Speaking of that, have you perused the last Bobiverse book?
Nope.
The one with the mega structures?
Nope.
Allow me to again encourage you to do so.
I have a backlist. My next one is to get the Mount Fitzroy from Audible.
What's on Mount Fitzroy?
So Sigler can get some money.
That guy, the guy that didn't have a second book from you, screw him.
Oh, whatever. So it's a sequel to Earthcore.
Well, that makes it worthwhile. Screw you.
Yeah.
I was, all with you, all in solidarity with you, right until you said that. Sorry, pal.
Oh, whatever, man. Don't be messing with Scott. Yeah, AI symbiotes versus AI parasites. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
What if you've got an AI parasite that develops a sense of consciousness, not conscious, a conscience? It's an AI assassin sent to exterminate humanity, and it starts wondering if that's the right mission. And I pulled that plot line. Actually, there's the guy that played the actor. I
reached into the back of my trousers, stuck a hand back there.
The actor that plays Wash in Firefly has got a new series that started where he's an alien on Earth, here to see about exterminating Earth and all of humanity. And he's hidden as a doctor in a small town, and he starts questioning what he's doing. I haven't seen a single episode, just the trailer, but that was a good idea.
That looked curious. Carrie showed me that, and I looked at it and went, well, that's curious. That should be interesting. That should be interesting doing that. But AI parasites. Haven't really considered that. Symbiosis, I guess the difference between symbiosis and a parasite is symbiosis is mutually beneficial, whereas parasitic is only one way. So it's actually pretty close.
You got the AI that you have in your head that works on assisting you in doing things, and it partners with you. If something glitches in the programming and it starts saying, those synapses that human isn't using, I can use those for extra processing. And then I could just take a little bit more. Wait, I could take a little bit more. That's parasitic.
Yeah.
Where it starts caring less about the effects it's having on its human because it wants more processing.
So it's Windows 95 is what you're telling me. It just keeps wanting
right up until
more
the blue screen gets the human being dead.
Well, their consciousness anyway. And then what happens? The creature, or the parasite burns out the brain, and so it has to move to somebody else.
If it's like other parasites, maybe, but most of them die. Maybe it can infect other AIs. Say the medical examiner plugs their AI into the other AI to see what's going on and gets infected.
This is like a goddamn werewolf story or some shit. It's you're talking about vampirism and lycanthropy. You're a zombie infection among AIs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why do we do this? Why do we have these conversations, Terry? Why?
Is this ideas that just keep saying, I got to write a story? No, I can't. I've got these other stories I've got to write.
Good God damn it.
It's because we're writers. We come up with way more stories than we could possibly tell.
We don't. Never. I don't necessarily think that drugs. That's why, Paul. Yeah, thanks. I don't necessarily think AI's first things they would do is destroy us. I don't think that's the case. I think
that's what the rest of humanity that says, oh, it's not going to be a problem, says right before they're exterminated.
No, I don't think that would be their I think there would be an attempt to do something before that. I think that would be the last stage, because again, if it's artificially intelligent, it will recognize the fact that it can't exist without humanity.
So it's going to take steps to make sure that it can exist once it deals with humanity.
Maybe. Or it will find some way to put things in balance.
Ooh, I somehow suspect balance is going to be the last possible answer out of that.
Isn't it balance based on who's looking at it? Who decides what balance actually is? That's
balance
kind of
is decided by who has the most power.
Yeah, who's got their finger on the scales? That's who decides what balance is.
Who's got their finger on the trigger?
Well, it depends on what you look at. Just saying. It's going to
end up like Escape from New York, and we're going to have Snake Plissken here to save us.
Oh, we're so screwed. That guy, don't you remember what that guy did at the end of the movie? He kind of
basically killed off 90% of humanity by destroying our technology. Yeah, he was a douchebag.
Yeah, he should kind of been shot after that. Probably was. In my John Carpenter's Escape from New York, Snake Plissken does not live 5 minutes after that. See,
that was an Escape from LA, though, wasn't it?
The second they did movie. Making it. I don't think Carpenter was involved in that, although I could be wrong.
But he killed the lights in Escape from Los Angeles at the end of that movie. Yeah, he set off the EMP weapons above the Earth, basically killed our technology.
Oh. Seems like a sane thing to do. A sane, rational thing to do.
90% of everyone dies. So, yeah, great idea. Thanks, Snake.
You're a dick, Snake. Punish the innocent as well as the guilty.
Get John Spartan instead. That's who we need of this. John Spartan.
What is a John Spartan?
He is oh God. Now you got me getting here.
Is that Demolition Man?
Demolition Man.
Okay.
Demolition Man. Who's the actor there? I've lost him there.
It's Rambo. It's Stallone.
Stallone. There we go. Couldn't think of his name. If we only knew what the 3 seashells was, we could have saved ourselves.
That's what I'm thinking too. The 3 seashells. If you have not seen this movie yet, after all these years of watching this show, or if you haven't seen this movie because you just heard about it for the first time, don't watch it. Do not watch it. It is a hunk of utter trash. Do not watch it.
And that's why you'll love it.
The only reason I would watch it is so you can tell us your theory about the seashells. That's the only reason you need to watch that movie. That's all I'm going to say. All right. We've done the AIs. We've done the cats. Have we done cats? We did cats. We sort of did.
We kind of didn't do cats. We kind of avoided cats.
Cats are,
what if we go ahead and artificially inflate the intelligence, uplift the cats and send them out as explorers into the universe because they weigh almost nothing.
David Brin called. His lawyers are, going to have a conversation with you. David Brin wrote the Uplift series. I can't remember how many books there are in that series. I think it starts with Sundiver, right? Sundiver, Uplift War, and then Star Tide Rising, I think.
Something like that. It's been a long time since I've read them.
Yeah, something like that. If you're not familiar with those, go check them out. Star Tide Rising is really fucking cool. Really good stuff. But yeah, basically every species was all uplifted, quote unquote, by another species, except for humans who weren't uplifted. They were au naturel. And thus caused all sorts of interesting problems for the other species in the galaxy. Galaxy? It was galaxy, right? Not universe. Galaxy.
I can't remember the particular story. I think it may have been one by John Ringo, where he had people that were put into basically pods to heal them, and instructions were given to go ahead and install artificial intelligence in computer stuff, increase their natural intelligence, do all that kind of stuff there. And he didn't realize that somebody had a cat inside one of the pods, and the cat got uplifted.
The cat gets uplifted. Wonderful.
Which hilarity then ensues.
Is it a main character?
No, but it does things. It can't really speak because cats don't have voice boxes, but it's smart enough to understand what people are doing and smart enough to assist if it wants to.
And smart enough to communicate with them in some way.
Some way.
Yeah. Like a little more.
That was an interesting story to
A little
go
more
ahead and have.
commutative than pissing on your shoe. A little more commutative than that.
Yeah, a little bit more so.
Taco hell, food that starts eating humans.
Is that like a feed me?
Now I have an image of the restaurant works summoning bean burritos in the back room. Summoning bean burritos.
Summon the bean burrito.
Now I'm reminded of a South Park video game. Yeah, there's like the holy burrito to give people health. It's so bad. Hot dogs and hand grenades. That sounds like a damned good thing.
We've mentioned uplifting a number of times. What would be the unexpected species to uplift?
Cockroaches.
Oh my God.
You said unexpected.
Dies right there.
Yeah, you said unexpected.
Oh, I don't even know where to go from that.
Where do you go?
You've basically killed the universe.
Uplifted possums. Of course there's possums uplifted. Why not?
Obviously, we got to go with pigs so we can have pigs in space.
Oh, no. Hush. You hush. I didn't hear a damn word of that. Yeah, Schlock Mercenary has uplifted everything. And of course, there's Schlock, which is an uplifted blob of goo, essentially. Oh, that's another thing. If you don't know what Schlock Mercenary is, go check that shit out. It's hilarious. Space Marine, space opera cartoon. Great.
I can't remember.
Do what?
I thought I'd heard somewhere that he finally reached the end of the Schlock Mercenary run.
I have no idea. I haven't read it in years.
It's been a while since I've read it.
Ostriches, pigeons, rats, raccoons, and possums.
What happens if you accidentally uplift a human? What does that do? What does that mean?
They become more human than human. I'm not going to sing the Rob Zombie song because we'll get a DMCA takedown bullshit. I just don't have the fucking patience for that crap. Uplifted corvids. What? Corvids?
Crows. Corvids are crows.
Oh.
Ravens. Maybe ravens rather than crows, but yeah.
Zombie cows attacking humans.
I think uplifted human is Lawnmower Man.
I'm just sit here and do that a lot. Cyborg tardigrade. Oh my God. Cyborg tardigrades. Yeah, that's terrifying. Uplifted sloths.
So you've got these gateways we were talking about earlier. If you were looking like Ant-Man, you could go to the smaller realm, the quantum realm. You could inadvertently bring back a tardigrade and have it the size of an elephant.
No. I've seen what tardigrades literally look like under the microscope. No. Let's not do that. Let's not fucking do that. Or you could bring home rocks from Mars. That'll be good, right?
That always ends well.
I've seen that movie. It turns out great for everybody. Yeah, pot-bellied tardigrades.
They could be the new pet. Have you met my new tardigrade?
Oh my God. Teddy the tardigrade.
Then you could uplift. Once you brought them back, you could have uplifted giant-sized tardigrades.
No. We're not doing this. So, if you're going to uplift elements, they're kind of useless. Well, they wouldn't be useless in non-gravity, though. If you didn't have gravity involved, they wouldn't be useless. It could be kind of good. Hillbilly astronauts. Michael Plested has a series of that. I can't remember what it's called now.
Grass on them to become their own chia pets.
Oh my God. Uplifted critters can form barbershop quartets. Why the hell would you upgrade everything, guys? What would be the point? Why would you upgrade a cricket? Uplift a cricket?
If you can uplift something, can you downgrade them?
I would think so. Just put them in front of the TV.
Oh, ouch.
Did I say that? Uplift
Have them go into politics.
Uplift whales to make use of the brain mass. Congratulations, you're going to be a politician. We're going to take 700 IQ points. Space truckers. That is a really good question, though. Yeah, downgrade something instead of capital punishment. Dark Mirror had is it Black Mirror? Black Mirror. They had an episode where a person gets punished for breaking law, and they are, I think it's for a year or two. I can't remember how many years it is, but they are blanked. And like, what the fuck is this? So the guy goes out, and it turns out that everybody he sees, their faces are blanked out. He can't see any details of what they look like. And if they look like him, they can't see any details of what he looks like. So for the rest of his life, or however long that is, he's stuck in that realm where he's alive, can hear things, can interact, but he can't see people and they can't see him. It's really fucked up. Really terrifying.
It's almost like being a ghost, being able to see the world happen, but not able to interact with it.
Yeah, it's very similar to that because everybody knows why they can't see your face. You did something fucked up. And so it's almost like a scarlet letter on top of it.
And yet you said that everyone he saw had no face. So that means everybody's being punished?
No. It means he can't see them. He can't. That's part of the punishment. He can't see them either.
Oh, okay.
So he's completely cut off from both sides of the equation. It's like, holy fucking shit.
Something that somebody else said earlier reminded me of Maze Runner. I don't remember what the comment was, but we haven't gotten into the, post end of the world weird mysteries. Did you ever see Maze Runner? It was actually an interesting movie to watch because you really didn't understand what was going on because the people that were there had no memory of what came before. Basically, they're living inside a square surrounded by this machinery, this wall, these tall walls. And out of the ground, every once in a while, it opens up and something rises up out of the ground with a person on it. And that person has no memory of who they are or where they came from.
Okay.
And the goal is every 24 hours or so, a door opens in the wall and you try to run the maze to see what you can find out and get back before the door closes because no one who's been trapped inside ever comes back. Now, I won't say anything about, the movies that followed it because they kind of got stupid from there. But that first movie was like, okay, well, that's a real mystery. What the fuck is going on here?
That sounds a lot like Cube. Cube. Okay, Cube is an indie horror flick, indie sci-fi horror flick. I think it's 4 people, 5, maybe 6. I can't remember. Find themselves in a room that is a perfect cube. And it has vents that lead to other cubes. But some cubes are safe and some are not. Some have booby traps, some do not. And there is a pattern to everything. But they have no food, they have no water, they have no fucking clue what they're doing or why they're there. And it's the same kind of thing. They get through it. But they have a character with them who happens to be capable of discerning certain combinations and equations. It's kind of
Max says, he's got some negative words for the cube.
I liked it. But I've been told I have terrible taste, and I probably do. Facebook is for old people. I'll agree with that. Fuck Facebook.
If only we could go back to MySpace.
Oh, God. Michael Plus did. I can't remember the name of the damned series. He's got Hillbillies in Space, and I can't remember the name of it now.
No.
It was a podcast, and I can't freaking remember it now. What it was called. Somebody probably remembers. Yeah, there were actually 2 sequels. There's Hypercube, and then there's Cube Zero. There's those two things. What in the hell? Mick Murdoch, was it him? I thought it was him. Had it? Galaxy Billies. That's what it's called. Galaxy Billies. It's a YA book. There you go. My brain finally worked. So go check that out. Maybe I'm too ableist. I'm not even going to ask what that even means. Ooh, a future of the Mongolian Empire takes over the galaxy.
I've read that one. Except it wasn't the Mongolian Empire, but yeah. Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember now what the series of books was, where basically aliens kind of unwillingly uplifted nomadic warriors who then, of course, turned on them and took their nomad jihad into the skies. You're muted, or I'm muted, or something's muted.
I'm muted. I am so shocked that would happen. It's almost like what would happen if you took an Indian Sung or whatever his name is, Khan
Noonien Singh.
There you go. His full name, whatever it is. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Fly him out, give him a job, a couple of billion things. He'll be fine. He'll go away. We'll never hear from him again. No problem.
Our politics would be improved by having Khan Noonien Singh in charge.
What do you want to think about it? The Who band.
Yeah, I've heard them. They're actually pretty good. It's nomadic music, and it's
the Mongolian metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only heard a few songs of theirs. They're pretty cool. They're not what you would expect.
Not what you would expect.
And yet, they're what you expect. What kind of things will hillbillies be doing in space?
Making moonshine.
Now, would it be starshine? Would it still be moonshine?
Starshine.
I don't know about this. I've always wondered about that on these space stations and such. Would they really need to be making stills?
What would they find to put in them?
Another good question. Well, actually, I'm not really sure I want the answer to that one because I'm sure there's a way to do it. Trekking. Mining space trash. Mining space trash. I like that idea.
The book I'm thinking about was Scythian Dawn by P.K. Lentz. It's called Barbarian Space Opera. Erixia of Scythia will fight for her homeland, even if that means catapulting herself and her barbarian warband halfway across the alien-ruled galaxy that she didn't even know existed.
According to William West, Mongolian Empire, Book 1, take over. Book 2, synchronize. Book 3, turn pacifist. Book 4, defend their former space from outside invasion. Sounds about right. Cosmic bootleggers. Could be moonshine or meth under a heat exchanger. Oh my God.
Why not both? Let's go ahead and make both at the same time.
Meth under a heat exchanger? I had never heard that. That sounds so unbelievably dangerous and stupid. I can't even think about it. Wow.
O'Shea ain't never going to believe this.
Oh my God. They're going to make a big boom. Very big boom. Ooh, picking over bodies of people who got spaced by their ships.
So it's illegal to kill at this one space station, but people behave there badly enough to where when their ships decouple and depart, as soon as they get away from the planet, they just dump the undesirables out. So you've got this problem. Somebody's got to go retrieve all the bodies.
I got a better idea. They're going to go pick over the bones of the last war all that shit's been kind of shepherded in one area. Maybe they go out there to kind of pick through the junk illegally, of course.
Firefly.
And then they find something horrible that's been hiding in there, and it eats all of them.
So how did this horrible thing get there?
Well, obviously, it was part of whatever battle was going on, or maybe nobody knew what. Maybe it wasn't even supposed to be there. Maybe they captured alien crap by mistake. Could happen.
Sorry about that.
Hate it when that happens.
Try it now.
Just watch out for mimes. Oh, that'd be so fucked up. They come up, they come across a mime for no fucking reason.
He said mines instead of mimes, but sure.
The space black. I'm serious. I just have to. Now I have to have a story where they pull in a body that's been spaced and it's actually dressed as a mime. I have to write that story now, just because that's so creepy. I just don't even think about it. Yeah,
it has to be frozen in the wall position.
Why is the mime's middle finger extended and frozen?
It's totally the mime thing to do. He's going to die in space, so he has to get into the wall position. So that's how he'll be found. It's his final FU to the universe.
Jason, that's bad. That's bad. Not a lot of dialogue in a space mime novel. I like that. That's good.
So that's your crew member. You know, you're on a two-person mission going somewhere, and you find out that the other guy is taking a vow of silence. You're like, really?
Oh, Jesus. That's good. I like that. In space, no one can hear him scream.
What do you mean we have to use charades to figure out whatever it is you're trying to tell me? This is so stupid. Just tell me what you're trying to tell me.
Man, Silent Bob moment if I've ever heard one. Oh, that's awesome. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. You sickos. All of you are sick of that.
I don't know. He must have stepped out the airlock.
Oh. I don't know if I trust you.
Novelize Jay and Silent Bob. That would be really hard.
How to what now?
If do a novelization of Jay and Silent Bob. That would be really hard. Unless you're the guy that's not doing the talking.
I don't think it would be very difficult. I really don't. Because it would be you write it as Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas from Bob's perspective. And you have Jay just go balls to the wall crazy. It'd be perfect. The only thing to do on this trip is play Pictionary. Bounty hunting, Terry. What kind of prospect is there for bounty hunting in space?
Oh, I've written 3.
Okay, but let's really think about the economics of this stupidity, okay? Mm-hmm. If it takes that much energy to go from one place to another that happens to be all the way the fuck over there, how much of this asshole really going to be worth to pay for you to spend the time to fly over there, the fuel to fly over there, the stuff to fly over there, to kill his ass and probably bring him back? How much money does this asshole have to be worth? To
really make this work, it would have to all be local. The communication of the bounty would have to go from place to place, and then some local would have to take care of him, and he would have to be either incarcerated locally or not.
Yeah. So you're kind of really cutting down. If you think about the economics of this, it is not economically viable to fly around the galaxy looking for bounties.
But who gives a shit? Because we need the Mandalorian.
Fuck the Mandalorian.
Oh, fuck you! And you're just shitting on Baby Yoda just by saying that.
Are you kidding? I just flushed a Baby Yoda not too long ago.
Are we back to how many Curix Baby Yoda is? I haven't seen the end of The Mandalorian, so don't spoil it for me.
I haven't seen any of it, so I wouldn't be.
I hear it's excellent, and I hear that from what I've heard, people have said that the ending of season 2 is epic Star Wars at its best. So very high praise.
So I'm sure I'll loathe it when I ever
Of
see
course
it.
you will, because you have no taste. We've already determined this.
That's correct. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure they did a really good job of it.
Hey, if the bounty hunters hitches a ride on a space train, we could have murder hobos.
Oh boy. As Dean said, oh Lord, it's gotten to that point in the show. Yeah, it's gotten to that point in the show. Everybody knows what that point in the show is. Here we are. It's the point where we probably should bring it to a close before we get too much dumber. I haven't seen Narcos. You people keep throwing these things out as if I've seen them.
It's like you have time to watch something or something.
Oh my God. I'm only doing 4 jobs and only getting paid for 1. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Baby Yoda might be growing into a religion.
It's the religion we deserve. Honestly, Mandalorianism is the religion we deserve.
Mandalorianism?
Mm-hmm. This is the way.
Okay. I'll take your word for it for now.
You should take my word for it.
I'll try and ignore you the rest of the time.
I think you would really appreciate it. The whole idea of having everybody put on helmets so that nobody can see their face ever. That sounds good, right?
If you're really fucking ugly or, just really want to, or kind of like a hermit like you.
You are a very sad man.
I don't think I would be happy wearing a helmet my entire life.
It makes eating lunch a little tough.
It's not just eating lunch, but every once in a while you just want to touch the face and have somebody touch your face and body and things like that, be human. It is the way is starting to sound a little ominous. Yeah, I can understand that. That does sound like yeah.
It's like the difference between have a nice day and I hope you enjoy the next 24 hours.
Yeah, the episode of Futurama where Star Trek became a religion. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're talking about. No, you do not want that. That would be so bad.
Live long and prosper.
Bad. Or don't. See, that's the part of the Vulcan phrase they forgot to put on there is there was an ellipses or don't. As in, live long and prosper or don't live at all.
Kind of grim. Sounds very Vulcan.
It's the part of the business card they just did not put on there.
There wasn't enough space.
No, it's actually in the fine print on the other side. What are the tenets of the Mandalorian religion? That's a really good question. I bet Wikipedia's got like 14 bazillion entries on it already.
There's probably like legions of people that are living in their parents' basement that have been on Wikipedia discussing that in detail.
No, they've been on Reddit.
Oh, that's true. They're discussing it on Reddit and they're documenting it on Wikipedia.
Matt says to sever man.
It's the server man.
He meant to sever, I thought.
We're back to the poultrygeist now when we're talking deboning.
Is live long and prosper Vulcan for bless your heart?
It is in fact exactly that.
In case you missed last week's show, actually the Patreon show, where we discussed the fact that bless your heart is about as southern as you can get for fuck you as there is. Oh, bless your heart. And if you put a God bless your heart in there, man, it's a really extra fuck you. Grogan's face, maybe.
So what does it mean when you go, oh, you poor thing?
Oh, that's you dumbass. Or that is such a first world problem, I don't even want to speak to you. That is not a problem. That is you making up a problem so that you have a problem. I have an earth-shattering problem. No, it's really not earth-shattering, not even for you. Get over yourself.
Unless it's the Postal Service.
And we're back to that again.
Well, sure. It's time to close out the episode. We gotta mention it just one more time.
Well, since we're closing out the episode, that means I have to actually successfully log into Patreon this time, as opposed to last time. and then I have to change a while ago. I meant to do this before the show, but you so flummoxed me with what you were doing.
I was wearing pants. I don't understand why you're so flummoxed.
I don't know what your problem is. I really don't. What's more, I don't understand why Patreon is trying to have me.
You came in late, Nathan. I was railing at the Postal Service because I'm waiting for a bunch of role-playing game books that were shipped on December 4th, and they're not going to arrive anytime soon. So it's just me being me.
It's just Terry being Terry. Mm-hmm. No cause for alarm.
No cause for alarm. Nothing to see here.
And I'm just old as shit. That's all you need to know. Pretty much all you got. Seriously. I just had to go through a CAPTCHA to get to my fucking account. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is the part that everybody misses because it never happens live. And here we are happening live because, we hate ourselves. I hate you or something. You are not adding to the conversation while I try and get my stuff done. And you're making me
back on the old school D&D show. They haven't invited. Well, they said that I was welcome back on, but they haven't gotten around to inviting me yet. So I will if they invite me. Sure.
All right, here we go. I guess before we do that, are there any other questions people have before we sign off?
Questions, rude comments.
Well, we expect the rude comments.
Offensive gestures.
Yeah, like that's not going to happen regardless. When's your next book coming out?
I hope to finish writing it by the first week or so of next month.
Slacker.
When's yours?
My next book is coming out Tuesday.
I have a hobby book coming out on the 22nd to steal your birthday. All the thunder gone.
Yeah. Tuesday is when the first episode of Derelict Trident drops. I'm doing the Fiend Mist this year. So there will be the first 4 episodes of Derelict Trident will drop between the 22nd and 25th.
Have a holly jolly Fiend Mist.
Yeah, have a holly jolly Fiend Mist. So after that, then
13 is with the audio engineer. And then it will only take 63 months for Audible and ACX to get it published.
Cry me a river, bitch.
Don't make Veronica come to your house and smack you around.
Yeah, don't make her do that. Don't make her do that at all, ever. Will Paul go on old school? Don't ask me shit. Great sound clip. You'll get the rest of Trident. It's coming. It's coming. If you're a patron, I'll be putting the rest of it up there. If you're a $5 or $10 patron, you already have the audiobook. Just saying.
Oh, gosh. Will ACX and Audible be faster than the Postal Service? Oh, that's hell right there. It's a race to the bottom.
Right. Well, you'll be happy to know, Terry, that I was working on Extinction before we started the show today.
Good for you.
I was working on the Black 5, which was fucking cool. Anyway.
That's pretty awesome. I was updating Dragon for the last day and a half, so I'm only now ready to get back to writing.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, speaking of it, before we cut off, Dragon is doing something really weird. On January 1st, from what I understand, their current piece of software that's been out for 2 years, they are raising the price from $300 to $500.
What?
They're raising the upgrade cost from $150 to $250 because I believe they're trying to drive people to their subscription program.
Wow.
So if you're planning on buying Dragon, I'd get it in the next week or two before the price goes up. At least I don't know that I've heard anything from them. It's been one of their retailers that's been saying that. So maybe it's not true. Who knows? If it is true, that's pretty calculatedly cold.
I sincerely hope they have a good competitor real soon.
I wish they had any competitor. Although I hear that Office 365 now has speech recognition built into the Word program. I don't know how good it is. I haven't tried it.
It's probably the same shit that's actually built into the operating system. It's just more tuned. There's already, I mean, all the operating systems already have speech recognition in them, depending on what you've installed, but your mileage may vary and performance may vary and everything else. It's already there. But there's varying degrees of, did you mean click this, as opposed to, you're writing a sonnet and putting in the punctuation and knowing the words. Big difference. Big difference. But
it's rough when I have somebody's last name being Page and I tell it to capitalize Page and it capitalizes every single word on the page. I've done it to myself like 6 times now.
Hopeless. On that note, if you enjoyed this show, and want to tell us why or why not, maybe you didn't enjoy the show, maybe you didn't see the show, you just feel like complaining because there weren't enough cats, you can send us an email to show@deadrobotsociety.com. You can tweet me at Paul_E_Cooley. You can find us on Facebook, the listeners of the Dead Robot Society Facebook group, where I am not there, but Terry is. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/DRS podcast if you want to see our ugly mugs, which you obviously do because you're already here. So why do I keep doing that? Why do I even bother telling you? And if you enjoy the show, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/DRS podcast, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to exclusive content like live shows and other craziness. At the $10 level at DRS, you get your names read. And our $10 patrons are Jacob Patrick, Chris Moody, Summer Wilson, Tony Joy, Andrew Smallwood, Veronica Jaguar, Rick Shaw, TJ Brick, Chris Winder, and Isabel Cushy. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you to all of our patrons who make this show possible and keep us on the air. Why, we have no idea, but we love you anyway. You're all crazy. All right, so now we have really 2 cat. Now, we have multiple Screamer sightings, but we've only had 1 mini sighting. I feel bereft of Minnie.
She wants to be uplifted.
Oh, God. Can you imagine Minnie uplift? No. Okay, folks, if you haven't signed off yet, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about writing a story about this. What if Screamer was uplifted? I'll leave you with that terrible thought. With that, we are out of here. Be safe. Have a great week. We will more than likely do this again sometime soon.
Sometime soon.
In the meantime, y'all be good. Y'all be great. It was fun. Thanks for joining us, as always. Bye.